Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm diving into the controversy surrounding the BBC documentary, Gaza: How to Survive a War Zone. This piece was meant to shine a light on the lives of children in Gaza amidst the horrors of war. But it quickly spiraled into a media maelstrom. Let's start from the beginning. Initially, the documentary was received as a landmark piece by BBC executives, including their news CEO, Deborah Turness. It depicted, quite poignantly, the dire circumstances faced by children in Gaza. However, things took a sharp turn after its broadcast. It was revealed that the film's young narrator, Abdullah, was the son of a Hamas government official. This sparked accusations of anti-Israel bias and a lack of transparency. Critics argued that this connection should have been disclosed to the audience. Consequently, the BBC pulled the documentary from its iPlayer and launched not one but two investigations into the matter. Adding fuel to the fire was the controversy over the subtitling of Arabic words. The Arabic word for Jews was translated as Israelis or Israeli army, which critics claimed was anti-Semitic. Others argued it was a fair representation of the intent. This debate further complicated the documentary's reception. The BBC had commissioned the film from an external company, Hoyo Films. According to BBC, they had asked Hoyo about the narrator's connections to Hamas multiple times, but Hoyo never disclosed this fact. Dorothy Byrne, a former head of news at Channel 4, criticized the BBC's due diligence, suggesting more rigorous background checks were necessary. Interestingly, the documentary did include voices critical of Hamas. One child expressed his disdain for Hamas starting the war, and another segment condemned the taking of Israeli civilians as hostages. Despite these attempts at balance, the damage to the BBC's reputation was done. The controversy even reached the UK Parliament, with questions raised about whether the young narrator was paid, and if those funds ended up with Hamas. This became a significant blemish on the BBC's credibility, with some accusing it of bias against Israel and others criticizing it for silencing Palestinian voices. Artist groups and advocacy organizations also chimed in. Artists for Palestine claimed linking the father's civil service role to terrorism was misleading, while the International Center of Justice for Palestinians filed a formal complaint against the BBC. In the end, the children's suffering, which was the heart of the documentary, got overshadowed by this scandal. Hoyo Films stood by the importance of the children's stories, but the BBC has decided not to rebroadcast the documentary in its current form. So what do you think? Was the BBC right to pull the documentary, or should they have handled it differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.